What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades. Today we will be talking about a blade, but let me apologize first in case there's any background noise that disturbs us during this video. We've got a little thunderstorm rolling in here this evening here in East Tennessee, and we got a little thunder and lightning. But do not worry about that thunder and lightning. I've got about 15 knives out here on the table, and if thunder and lightning gets too close, well, that's just how a motherfucker gets cut right there, and we'll just leave it at that. Today we're going to be talking about today's EDC here, my pocket dump, my micro loadout, well, however you want to refer to it, my EDC dump for today. And apparently I was in a gray mood. It seems very gray to me now that I look back at it, but it really wasn't gray I was going for. I have a couple of new pieces out here on the table, and they're in a bead blast titanium finish. So I was going for the bead blast look, and then of course that means gray most of the time. So I ended up with gray as well, but I promise that's not what I was going for initially. Let's get this Taurus GX4 here and do a safety check on it before the safety Nazis all freak out and start crying. Try to save them a little money in tissues. I did safety check that multiple times off camera before I started the video, because that's how we roll here at the Baz on Blades Tactical Shooting School and Training Facilities. Safety first, especially when it comes to women. Do not turn your back on them. So today's loadout, we're going to go mostly titanium. In fact, only one item on the table doesn't have titanium in it, so we'll talk about it first. That's the Taurus GX4. No, I have not put that many more rounds through it, but I have thought about shooting it a lot, and that's pretty much what I can afford. I have put a couple of more 50-round boxes of 124 grain FMJ and say another 20 rounds of my preferred carry round, which is 124 grain Federal HST standard pressure. Zero issues at all, say 550, 600-ish rounds so far through the GX4. Zero issues. In fact, I'd say I'm getting close to 6,000 or 7,000 rounds through all my Taurus G series pistols over the last 3 years. I've never had any failure of any kind at all with any of them. Shit, those guns were barely... I mean, this one was almost $300 with tax. These guns are an incredible value. I know there's a lot of Taurus haters out there, but I'm starting to see sort of a Taurus fanboy sort of cult thing starting around all the G series pistols and the TX22, and I think a lot of people are discovering their revolvers again. I've had really good luck out of Taurus. I mean, some people hate them, I don't know, but shit, I mean, probably around 600 rounds through that and thousands more rounds through my other Taurus semi-autos with zero issues. It's hard to listen to the internet when they say they're crap when I've got them in my own hands shooting them and I know they're not. I mean, it's just sort of hard to fall into that trap. So flashlight wise today, we're carrying my old school S30 batten from Olight in bead blast titanium finish. I've had this light for freaking years. For years. It is well worn. It is covered with scratches and snail trails, and it's probably got grease and stuff on it, because this is a flashlight that I grab when I'm working on a car. With the titanium, I don't have to worry about anything really hurting it unless I happen to drop it down in and submerge it in solvent, which I've never done. But man, I love this light. I love that it's in titanium, a good size single 18650 on an XML emitter. I think these were like 950, between 950 and 1100 lumens on the top end. Yeah, it's a great light. I've been carrying it for years, zero problems out of that. Got a new piece here from Bertucci Watches, the A2T Special Edition. This is the new modernized and updated version of the A2T Classic. It is their 40 millimeter case in titanium, classic unilug build with machined in lugs. You have to use a single pass strap. I've got a Zulu on it right now, but you could put a NATO on there as well. Single pass leather straps, all kinds of stuff as long as it's single pass and you don't need to remove spring bar pins to put it on. Like I say, this is a 40 millimeter size. They have various sizes. This is one of the titanium models. The A2T was introduced 10 or 12 years ago, but we've got this new sort of super A2T here with some important upgrades. We've gone from a mineral crystal to sapphire for the crystal. We've got a screw-in crown now, screw-in titanium case back, and the water resistance level has been raised from a sporting watch level of 100 meters to a true dive watch level of 200 meters. So, not really a dive watch-ish looking watch. It is most definitely a field watch, which is what Bertucci does, but it does have that extended 200 meters of water resistance that would qualify it as a diver. It's got a Japanese quartz movement in it, a 10-year lithium battery. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, it's fairly compact. I've been wearing daily the Casio Duro in different colorways, and that's a 44 millimeter diameter watch. So this one does feel much smaller at 40 millimeters. When I do the in-depth on this watch, we will bring out the Duro, since I've loved on it and talked about it so many times. I'm sure all of you have gone and bought one by now, and if you haven't, then shame on you. We'll talk about that Bertucci some more in the future. Our pen selection for today is the titanium and marbled carbon fiber bolt action from Tucson Knives. Just as finely made a piece as you could ever hope to get for a stupidly low cost of $35. $35, guys. Machined titanium, carbon fiber, milled titanium pocket clip, good bolt action on it, a good factory cartridge in it. I mean, that's a steal on this. Many well-known, well-received brands for a build like this would be in the $170 to $200 plus range. $35 versus $200 plus. You can see why Baz on Blades has one of those, because he is a cheap ass that likes nice stuff cheaply. Yeah. So that does not apply to this item right here, which is hands down the most expensive knife that I have bought in years. Now, is it anywhere near the most expensive knife I've ever owned? No. It is nowhere near, not even approaching multiple different custom pieces that I have owned in the past. But it is the most expensive knife that I have bought for many years, as I had an epiphany one day that said, basically, Eric, you're too damn broke to buy expensive knives. You've got to buy good knives at cheap prices, you dumbass. And, you know, since that epiphany, that's what I did. And it's worked out really well for me. But I got to tell you right now, this is some kind of special right here. This is the SPD version of the STS-B from Prometheus Design Works. This model is an STS model B that was done by, what is it, Terrain 365 is the sister company to Prometheus Design Works, owned by the same man. And they've got a custom maker heading up that shop, and I'm familiar with that maker in the past, and I cannot remember his name. Before I do the review on this, I will do some research. It's just such a finely made knife. And I'm going to tell you right now, nobody knows who the OEM is for these. It does not feel like a Riot piece to me. It just doesn't. I've had quite a few of their OEM pieces come through my hands. I've had quite a few of the Wii OEM pieces from Drop come through my hands. I've had OEM pieces from the past that Microtech did in the US. I can't say who's making it. It's got a lot of aspects to it that really put me in mind of a knife that I bought in 2008 as the Microtech made Lightfoot LCC from Greg Lightfoot, his LCC or Lightfoot Compact Combat folder. Microtech did a version of those that is hands down one of the most finely made knives of its type that I had ever owned, held, or seen. And that was in 2008. Fantastically made knife. This really reminds me a lot of that, although I've only handled that one OEM from Microtech, so I don't know enough to say. It just doesn't feel like the machining is very determined in its layout, its design, the machining itself, not the design of the knife. The way the machining was set up and programmed is, it gives an interesting sort of look into the mindset of the men that were responsible for it. It is very exacting. I may have to do 2 videos to cover the in-depth of this knife, because I could do one video just talking about the machining on this knife. It's impressive, and just the knife itself is impressive. These were $375, and damn it, that's a lot of money. But I would do it again. I would do it again. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this one, you guys. I'm going to do it soon. I'm going to do it soon because there's no video on this model up on YouTube, which really, really surprises me. So that's what we were carrying today, getting ready for the review on it. And it is, damn it, that is just a finely made, good-looking knife. I know I didn't mention it, but it's obviously a modernized take on the classic Loveless shoot knife. What a good looking knife, and so well made that, holy shit, so well made. So there you go, guys. That was the EDC for today. We got our knife up here. We got us a pen in case we want to write "I'm sorry" to a family of thunder and lightning when I have to cut that motherfucker. We got our watch right here. That way we know exactly what time we did it when we got to talk to the police about the self-defense case there. And we got us a guns over here. That's our GAT over there at the side that I can't get in here because I don't have this crap laid out in the right way anymore. Yeah, damn it, Baz on Blades. You've done this a couple of times now. How can you suck this bad at this? Let's just take all that shit out. There you go. A plain black background, motherfucker. Shit. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.